We've been talking about the productive habits of Jesus. And it's always exciting to me when I think about Jesus and how he was able to achieve all that he did within 3.5 years. A lot of us are unable to do that even in longer period of time. There are people that have lived and have been in ministry 60, 70 years. And even at that time, they can actually say, I have finished the race and I've run my course. You get me? But Jesus did that. And that is the aim of this particular video. How did he do that? Now, the secret there is in daily growth. Now, you see, when God gives you an assignment, the thought of God is higher and above your thoughts. So now, the rate at which you grow for your thoughts to equal the thoughts of God will determine how fast you're going to achieve it. So Jesus ensured that he focused on the most important things. You get me? There is nothing, that's why he didn't build. He didn't do anything. Even handle money, he never handled money. He didn't want to know how much was even in the purse. Because to him, all of this were distractions. So he focused on the most important things that will help him achieve his dream, the assignment God has given him. And the most important thing is growing. You get me? He was growing daily. Daily, Jesus was growing. And as he grows, things begin to happen. You get me? That's why he was able to achieve that. Now, how many of us invest in our growth? How many of us make growth, daily growth, a part of our lives? Yes, we may study the Bible. What studying the Bible doesn't necessarily mean you're growing. Jesus knew that he needed to communicate as part of his assignment. So he took time to learn how to be a great communicator. He developed the skill of communicating. So he used storytelling to communicate and connect with people. So it was easier for people to understand. Now, can you imagine this? There are pastors that have been preaching for quite some time, and they have some men of God that are under them. Now, if this man of God leave, if the pastor leaves, you get me? Will this man of God write down verbatim the whole thing that he preached? I'm sure they won't. But remember that the Bible, the New Testament, the Gospels, Matthew, Luke, Mark, John, were all written by disciples of Jesus. They wrote down what he taught them. Now, if Jesus was not a good communicator, there's no how they could remember the parables and everything he taught. So you see, Jesus was growing. Now, growing to me is the expansion of your thoughts and also the development of skills. He became a skillful communicator. And when he communicates, people remember what he said. You get me? Now, with so much accuracy, because when you look at Mark, John, Matthew, and Luke, they are different people writing that. Some of them were told the story, like Mark and Luke, but Matthew and John were there. And you'll find out that those stories corroborate each other. You get me? They corroborate. So, because of that, you get to understand that he developed a skill set. So, Jesus was growing, he was developing skills, diverse skills as he grew. He was expanding his mindset to think the thought of God, to think at the level of God, and he was also learning new skill sets so that he can deliver what he has to deliver. Now, all the skill set he learned, the capabilities he developed, were capabilities that helped him to achieve that assignment. He never developed a capability that is outside the things he was called. He never developed the capability to become an accountant. He never developed the capability to learn how to build. He never developed the capability to learn all other things. He developed only the capabilities that will help him achieve what God has called him to do. So that is equally a productive habit. Every single day, learn to grow. Learn to grow in the things that God has called you to do. Develop new skill set that will help you achieve the things that God has called you to do.